Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. My name is Mal and I'm the owner and maker of Made by MANIANDMAL. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a split tumbler design using both pattern vinyl and glitter, of course. When I got this vinyl from Peachy Glitters in the mail, I was immediately inspired. I had this design in my head right away, and I'm really excited about how it turned out. So I hope that you guys enjoy the video. If you do, you know the drill. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are not already, and let me know what you think of this video down below in the comments. I will have a full supply list of everything I'm using in this video down below in the description box. I'll also have links to all of my social media pages if you'd like to follow along with me anywhere else. I'll also have a link to my Facebook group, Made by MANIANDMAL Makers Community, and my exclusive mentorship group, MBMM Elite. Members get free digital designs from me, exclusive tutorials every month. We do cup swaps, lives in the Facebook group. We do all kinds of fun stuff in the group. So if you'd like to join the Elite fam, you can go to madebymaniandmal.com/MBMM Elite. Okay, I think that's it. I really hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's go. We'll be using a 30-ounce skinny straight tumbler from Craft Haven for this design, and we're also going to use this super cute heart sunglasses vinyl from Peachy Glitters. I love this vinyl. I love these sunglasses. They're so cute. They make me think of summertime. So we are going to make this basically the main character of our design. So I'm going to start out by taking some blue painter's tape and splitting my cup in half vertically. I like to start from the bottom of the cup and kind of eyeball where the middle is, and then I'll take my tape measure here and measure each half to make sure that they are even. I'm going to take one edge of my vinyl and line the straight edge up with my straight line of tape to help me place this evenly, and I'm going to cut off any excess vinyl that I don't need so I can save it for another project. I'm definitely going to use this again. I'm thinking maybe on like a can cooler or something for summertime. I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, so I'm going to take that half sheet of vinyl and I'm going to peel back a little bit of the vinyl from the backing, cut away that excess backing so I've got a little strip of the vinyl adhesive exposed, and I'm going to use that to adhere the vinyl to my cup, make sure everything is in place exactly where I want it, and then I will push the vinyl onto the cup with my vinyl scraping tool, pushing the backing away in the process. Once my vinyl's on, it's time to cut away all of the excess vinyl, so I'm going to start on the side that has the overlay of vinyl, and I'm going to use that piece of blue painter's tape that we have down to help me cut accurately and as straight as possible. So I'm going to cut that off, and then I'm going to move to the top rim of the cup, pull that excess vinyl really tightly up over that top rim, and then trim all of that off with my craft knife. I always recommend using a new blade on your knife. It will make a huge difference. Those cuts will be like a warm knife going through butter, I tell ya. So once I'm done with the top rim, I'm going to move down to the bottom of the cup, and I'm going to cut off all of this excess just with my scissors. Now, if you wanted to, you could pull all of this vinyl like onto that bottom rim so you have a seamless finish, but because I'm glittering the other side, I'm just going to continue that glitter onto the bottom of the cup and then onto this area here so we have kind of a little bit of fluidity. So I just cut off all of that excess, and then I used my cup edging tool from CAMIPAIGE Boutique to cut off all of the rest of the excess, made sure everything is laying flat, and then I taped off the edges of my vinyl side so that I can move on to my glitter side. I'm going to use two different colors of glitter here, and I want to do, instead of like a just half and half horizontal line in between the two colors, I'm going to do a diagonal line. So I'm taking a piece of tape and I'm just laying the tape at an angle that I like. We're going to do the darker color first, which is going to be our light blue. So I'm taping so that the full bottom half is exposed, if that makes sense. So I'm going to base paint this. I'm going to do the whole bottom and that bottom half of our diagonal section. And I'm using blue acrylic paint to base paint my cup. This is the Delta Ceramcoat brand. You guys know it's my absolute favorite. The coverage is amazing and it's really, really affordable. You can get it at Target or at Hobby Lobby. So I did one coat of paint, let that dry for about 30 to 45 minutes, and now I'm going to do my second coat, and in my second coat of acrylic paint, I'm adding in some glitter glue from the Crystalac Company. I want really full coverage here, so that's why I'm doing 2 coats of paint. Usually with most of the Ceramcoat paints, you only need 1 coat, but I decided to go for 2 here because I'm using lighter colors. So once I've got that on, I'm going to go in with my glitter. I'm using Kenny from Peachy Olive Glitters. It's a really pretty iridescent light blue chunky, and it definitely gives me Cinderella vibes. I love it so much. I let my glitter layer dry for about 2 hours, and then I removed that diagonal piece of tape, and now I'm going to roll my cup up in some scrapbook paper to get the glitter to lay flat. Now with the glitter glue, you can do this after 1 hour. I typically forget, so you can do it after an hour, but I always just do it after 2 because I am forgetful and I always set my timer for 2 hours. But anyway, once I've got my glitter flattened out, I'm going to seal it with a coat of the glitter glue, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to remove just the painter's tape that is bordering the glitter. So I'm very carefully just kind of kiss cutting the tape that is bordering the glitter, and I'm going to get rid of all that tape, but I'm going to keep it on the area that we haven't glittered yet. So after that, once my sealer has dried, I let that sit for another 2 hours. I'm going to go in and I'm going to base paint the top half of my cup. I'm using white acrylic paint, same brand, Delta Ceramcoat. So I'm going to paint 1 coat of the plain paint on here. This is especially important with white. I feel like with white acrylic paint, you always need to do more than 1 coat. So I let that first coat dry, and now I'm going in with, again, a mix of the paint and the Crystalac glitter glue. So I'm going to get a good coat of that on there, and then we'll go in and glitter this top portion. We're going to use Parabatai from Peachy Olive Glitters, one of my faves. Once I'm done glittering, I'm going to immediately remove all of the remaining painter's tape from my tumbler. I'm going to let this sit and dry for a full 2 hours, and once it's dry, I'm going to roll my cup up again, make sure my glitter is as flat as can be. Again, you can do this after 1 hour if you remember, but I always just wait till it's totally dry. Once I'm done rolling my cup and making sure my glitter is as flat as can be, I'm going to go in with my glitter glue and water mixture, and I'm going to seal my white section of glitter. I use a 1-to-1 ratio of the glitter glue and water. I feel like that makes it easier to use for sealing. So once I've done that, I'm going to let it dry for 2 hours, and then I'm going to add 2 coats of epoxy onto my tumbler. Once I've got 2 coats on, I'm going to go in and do all of my sanding, paying special attention to the top rim of my cup and to the sides where the vinyl and the glitter meet, because I'm going to go in and add my vinyl lines now. So I'm using silver textured metallic vinyl from Cricut, and I'm just going to apply my striping where the vinyl and the glitter meet, and I'm going to apply 1 diagonal stripe in between the blue and the white glitter. We are going to be putting a fashion girl image on this tumbler, and I'm going to show you how to recolor an image if it doesn't match the look and vibe you're going for. So I found this image, which is perfect. She's wearing the right sunglasses, but her sweater is red and I need it to be blue. So I took my image and I imported it into my PicsArt app. So I imported the image and then went to the effects tab, slid over to colors, and now I'm using the color replace tool. And this is a great tool if you have something in your image like I do that I want to change the color. So I'm going to go to that, I'm going to select the red of her sweater, and then I'm going to change the max hue. You can see it turned her all blue. I'm going to go to the max hue and just slide it so that only the sweater is selected, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to slide it a little bit, and then I'm going to go over to replace hue, and this is where it will change the color of the item you have selected, if that makes sense. So I just slid over until I found a blue I was happy with, hit apply, and now I've got the perfect fashion girl to match my pattern vinyl. So once I had my image saved, I sent it over to my computer and I printed it out using the print and cut feature on my silhouette. I'm using printable vinyl, and I think I made her like 6 inches tall. I measured the space of my white section on my Tumbler and just kind of picked a height that I thought would work. So I'm going to cut around all of these edges from her body so I can make sure that she is centered in the Tumbler area. And luckily she's wearing white pants in the image, so I wasn't super worried about her legs like being cut off because they kind of just blend into the background anyway. So once I had her placed in an area that I wanted, this is not the right thing to do, but I was trying to like keep her in place, but I couldn't actually do it. So I'm going to cut away a little bit of the backing from her legs, and now I'm going to try and place her down again, keeping her centered, and just place her legs down last. This printable vinyl that I'm using is kind of repositionable. It's not the best, but it will work if you lay it down and need to pull it up again. It should be okay. So once I had her legs placed down where I wanted them, I pulled her up, removed the rest of the backing, laid her down. I also cut off the excess from her leg that was overlapping the silver stripe to get rid of that, make everything look really seamless. And once I had my girl on my cup, I spray sealed it with a coat of clear gloss spray from Rust-Oleum, and then I went in with my final 2 coats of epoxy. So once the coats of epoxy were all cured, we are all finished. So here's the final result. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I was so excited that I figured out how to change the color of her sweater to match the vinyl. I'm really excited about that tool, and I hope it was helpful for you. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, love you. Bye. And design. What? A bit more.